I think a huge part that has to play in me not being able to be in a normal classroom setting is that there's a lot of room for me to think about life and like what I've gone through and stuff, because there's a lot of time I'm spent alone because it is a huge classroom full of students, and the teacher can't be focusing on me all the time. I couldn't do work because my mind was so busy with my life and just the behind the scenes that to sit there in a classroom and do what they need me to do, because it's a whole classroom, they can't just, be like, oh, get everyone to do the same thing, and then they come to me personally and they're like, hey, what can we do for you? I wanted to pay attention and I wanted to do school, but I was also just so busy that it didn't look like it, and I don't know if my teachers understood that. And to be able to sit there and put my all into schoolwork when I'm trying to put my all into surviving, it's kind of like asking me to pick and choose my life and career versus my mental health. The curriculums were really difficult for me to stick to. I'd feel so forced. It didn't feel like, hey, I have options. If I can't do this, I really can take a minute, breathe, reread something. It just felt like I had to be at the same pace as everyone else, and I couldn't. So me be behind everybody else, it kind of made me feel more alone in a class setting. I'd just go, get what needs to be done, leave, and then as soon as I'd walk out that classroom door, everything would leave my brain. And so I found tests and all that very difficult because I couldn't remember and hold on to the information. I was just somewhere else all the time.
I'm playing with the Canadian basketball team. I also play with Become One AU team during the summer. This summer, I'll be playing for the U17 and U18 women's national team, and possibly, hopefully, probably will play with the senior women's national team eventually in the following years, or this year. We'll see how it goes. I could be Olympic bound. In the following years, I really hope so. That's one of my dreams, so I really hope that I will get to that. I feel like school is really there for me throughout my basketball journey, and they really want me to succeed. So the support and the care that they provide me is really amazing, and being able to connect the basketball piece with the school piece and being able to succeed at both is really important for me. I think my teachers saw the passion I have for basketball, and they were able to recognize my work on and off the court, and throughout that they were able to grant me credits and put this work into packages, and being able to create opportunities for me to continue being in the curriculum, but also play basketball outside in the States and with Team Canada around the world.
The way that the teachers were teaching at school was really hard for me because I would just fall behind. They would either teach really fast or due dates would be too close. And I have ADHD, so I tend to procrastinate a lot. So I fell behind pretty easily. My old teachers from traditional schooling, it was just a strict student-teacher relationship, just ask questions about course material and that's it. And sometimes they wouldn't even want to answer because they would say, well, you should have learned this in the old lesson.
When I was at my old school, the traditional schooling method just really didn't work for a lot of different reasons. For me, it went really fast, so I have a very hard time focusing on things for a long time, and because of that, the teachers would be going through topics and we'd be on a new one every day. So I had a really hard time keeping up, and it was really stressful. It was almost like I was just part of a group and they were treating the group as one thing and not individual people. Because of my different medical issues and different disorders and disabilities, a lot of that is very personal, and at my old school I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone about it and that nobody would really care if I talked about it, which is really hard sometimes because nobody should have to deal with stuff on their own.